So as you know, Prabhupada created two trusts. One was ISKCON, to run the temples and preaching, and the other one was BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. And the purpose of Bhaktivedanta Book Trust was to print Srila Prabhupada's books in all the languages of the world. And the BBT trustees all over the world are endeavoring to achieve this goal. So far, I believe Prabhupada's books have been translated in more than 79 languages of the world. And these books have been read all over the world. Prabhupada gave a lot of emphasis to book distribution and publishing work. Why? Because his spiritual master gave him that instruction. When Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhantaji in Radhakund, Bhaktisiddhantaji drew a picture of a mridanga and said, if Krishna gives you success, then print books and distribute books. So Prabhupada took this to heart, and we see that in early 40s, Prabhupada started his publishing work. And in India, as you know, he was really struggling before he went to the West. And Prabhupada was also engaged in preaching, distribution work. And if we look back at our acharyas, they also engaged in this work. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the first great acharya who took advantage of the printing industry, printed a book on the life of Lord Chaitanya, and sent it to universities around the world. And this book, which was sent in 1896 to at least one university, McGill University in Montreal, was there till 1967 at least. So you can imagine the power of book distribution. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took his father's orders very seriously. He set up printing presses in Krishnanagar, Calcutta, Chennai, and he also laid great stress on printing and publishing books. And keeping this in mind, keeping his Guru Maharaj's instructions in mind, Srila Prabhupada also gave maximum emphasis to this very important task of printing and distributing books. We have limited time. We have a lot of quotes from Prabhupada, but I'm just going to read 2 or 3 quotes that emphasize in Prabhupada's words the importance of this task ahead of us. Regarding Sankirtan and book distribution is also chanting. Anyone who reads the books, that is also chanting and hearing. Why distinguish between chanting and book distribution? These books are recorded and chanted, and they are transcribed in a spoken kirtan. So book distribution is also chanting. They are not ordinary books. It is recorded chanting. Anyone who reads, he is hearing. Book distribution must not be. So Prabhupada over here is pointing out how the book distribution is also. And in another letter that Prabhupada wrote, he said, your book distribution report is giving me immense pleasure, and Krishna will bless all of you who are engaged in this task 1,000,000 times over. So when devotees got this letter in the early days of our movement, that Krishna will bless the book distributors 1,000,000 times over, everyone actually got involved in book distribution. Prabhupada also said, you may preach, but if you preach just for a few minutes, that won't have that lasting an effect. But if you distribute the books to them, they will read and reread these books. So Prabhupada's main thrust was to encourage us to print and distribute books. He encouraged the BBT divisions around the world to publish books in different languages. Prabhupada said, as soon as the book is published in any language, he feels that he has conquered an empire. So Prabhupada would be very pleased when he would get reports from different parts of the world of his book being published in different languages. And then Prabhupada wanted ISKCON to engage in distributing these books. We can print, BBT has the task of printing these books and translating, but ISKCON devotees have the task of distributing these books. And there are unlimited opportunities for distributing books. We have seen all over the world that when devotees scratch their heads and look for new ideas, Krishna blesses them with new ideas. A key factor to success in book distribution is enthusiasm. Once in 1976, I believe, I had arranged a big book display of Prabhupada's books at a very prominent bookstore in downtown Bombay. And we had a big display of Prabhupada's books in the book racks, etc. But after 1 month we saw that not many books had moved. So I told Prabhupada in Bombay that in spite of this heavy display, we didn't sell that many books as we thought. And Prabhupada said, my books are sold because of the enthusiasm of my disciples. And in the bookstore, naturally, the salesmen are not so enthusiastic. So we have seen all over the world where devotees are enthusiastic about book distribution, where they're constantly reminding themselves about the importance of book distribution, then book distribution takes place. In other words, what we need to do is create a book distribution culture in every temple. Every leader in ISKCON should recognize that real success is also helping promote Prabhupada's books. And I have seen in many parts of the world, not just India, leaders who promote book distribution also takes place. In Russia, we've seen that those zones that are actively promoting book distribution is increasing very nicely. So a lot depends upon our efforts. Of course, in India, there is a certain advantage. You have an expanding congregation, and congregation everywhere in the world can play an active role in book distribution. Soon you'll see a presentation from the devotees in Toronto, where you're going to see how the congregation is actually helping. Vaisheshika Prabhu's program of Weekend Warrior is also heavily based on active congregational support. And even in India, we are seeing that. For example, we just had a big marathon in Delhi, in which they distributed a size of about 380,000 big books, but nearly half of them were done by congregation. Nearly 2,000 congregation devotees took part in the marathon, taking time out from their work, going house to house, selling books. So this can be done all over the world. And the congregation is a great asset in book distribution. And anybody who gets connected to ISKCON gets educated to understand the importance of book distribution. So we hope that one of the benefits of your coming to this program here in Mayapur will be a strong desire to go back to your respective areas and help increase book distribution. In the last days of his stay on the planet, Prabhupada told us in Vrindavan, as long as book distribution goes on, I will never die. In other words, through the medium of these books, Prabhupada is constantly preaching. Yesterday I gave you the story of a thief who took a Bhagavad Gita and became a devotee. There's another story where somebody had purchased a Gita and kept it in his bookshelf. No one even opened it for years and years. Then one day, the son was depressed. He started reading different books, pulled out different books. Finally, he saw Bhagavad Gita as it is. Started reading the Bhagavad Gita and became a devotee. So when you distribute these books, there's no guarantee that you're going to get instant result. But the very fact that these books reach someone's house is a very auspicious sign. Prabhupada said, even if somebody reads one page of these books, he will benefit spiritually. Even if somebody understands one sloka, his spiritual advancement will start. And Prabhupada used to tell us that the Indian Railways at one time had a slogan, in that they showed the wheels of a compartment and said, the heading of the slogan of the poster was, keep the wheels moving. In other words, don't stop the train, keep the train moving. So Prabhupada used that to tell us that we should keep distributing books. We should not stop. So we should actually take part in this. And we all know that famous mantra, preaching the essence and books are the basis. And Prabhupada also said, ISKCON is my body and book distribution is my heart. So for a body to be healthy, you need a heavy heart. You need a healthy heart. And a healthy heart means actually taking part in book distribution. So I hope that we'll all continue to push this important service. And please, Prabhupada. Hare Malanga Ki! Hare Krishna.